What's up, everybody, and welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is James Haviland. I'm a local realtor here in the Villages with Realty Executives, and this channel is all about living in the Villages. Everything you need to know, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you click that little bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. If you like the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And I'm just going to get this out of the way. Over the next couple weeks, we're going to be shooting a video. You do not want to miss that video, okay? It's unlike anything you've ever seen in the Villages, okay? So make sure you stay tuned to that. All right, let's get right into the video. All right, welcome. Listen, we get dozens of phone calls every single day from folks just like you looking to move to the Villages, thinking about moving to the Villages, or like the guy yesterday, he already lives in the Villages. And he said, James, I've seen your videos, love the videos. We have a house, we need to sell it, and then we also need to find a property because, well, we met some friends that live in another section of the Villages. This is normal, by the way. People in the Villages, on average, move 3 to 5 times within the Villages. It is what it is. Hey, when you meet some people you connect to, hey, you want to live closer, right? That's great. But like I said, shoot us a call, send us a text, send us an email. Doesn't matter how you get a hold of us. Just reach out. We love helping everybody, okay? We love meeting new people. Also, we love all the comments, but we get so many comments on our videos, sometimes they get lost in the sauce, all right? So if you need an answer to your question more quickly, send us a text, email, or shoot us a phone call, and I'll get you those answers as quick as possible, okay? That's probably the expedited way to get your answers answered, okay? But listen, today's video is 10 reasons why you should not move to the Villages. If you can't take these 10 reasons, then you probably shouldn't live here or anywhere in Central Florida for that matter. But hey, that's what this channel is about, right? So you can make a better informed decision on whether or not you want to move here. Okay, let's not waste any more time running my mouth, right? All right, let's get into number one. I got my list here, all right? Number one, houses are close together. That's right. Houses are close together here. You can almost touch your neighbor's house. That's how close it is. So if maybe you grew up on like a ranch or a big acreage property, you know, a town like that, then this probably isn't going to be for you. If you can't handle that, this probably isn't going to be it because a lot of these houses are close together. Now, some of these houses are a little more spread apart, but you know, you're going to pay a premium for those properties, but nevertheless, houses are close together. So think about that, okay? Number two, did you know visitors can only stay for 30 days at a time? That's right. So if you move here and you got some visitors, grandkids and such, that want to come down, they want to stay past 30 days, it's a big no-no in the Villages. 30 days is max. But think about it. Listen, I love my family, okay? But after 30 days, it's like, you got to go. I mean, after 2 weeks, really, right? But no, seriously, but after 30 days, that's pretty good. I mean, you don't want people just staying with you, right? But nevertheless, they can come back. But remember, 30 days, okay? That's number two. Number three, no privacy. Now, granted, yeah, you have privacy in your house. You're not going to have people poking through your windows. But if you're the type of person that likes to, you know, water their lawn or walk their dog, and you don't like people walking or driving by waving at you, if you're one of those, this probably isn't going to be the place for you. Because, like I said, houses are close together. There's a lot of people here. It's a retirement community. People are just mostly happy. They just want to say hello. Hey, neighbor, how you doing? But if you're one of those grouchy people that doesn't like to talk to anybody, you're just like, "Urgh," this might not be the place for you. But just so you know, there's a place down the road that all the grouchy people go to, and I can find you a house there. I'm joking. That was an absolute joke, okay? No, but seriously, if you can't take people being friendly to you, then, you know, this might not be the place for you, okay? Did you hit that subscribe button yet? If you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're liking the video so far, give me a thumbs up, okay? And you know what? Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know where you are in the world. I always love to know where people are living, where they're moving from. And if you're thinking about moving here, let me know when you're retiring, okay? Down in the comments. All right. Number four. Now, this is a strange one, okay? And I only added it to the list because I've heard people talk about it. Roundabouts. I've never seen a roundabout in my life. I don't know what the heck. I get frozen when I get to the roundabout. Listen, they're very, very simple. They're to keep the traffic moving forward, but I'm going to give you a tip, okay? If you learn this tip, you're going to do very well in the Villages, okay? It's not rocket science. There's 2 lanes in a roundabout. The right lane either goes forward or goes to the right. Got it? The second lane, which is the left lane, That one either goes forward or to the left. Don't ever turn left when you're in the right lane because you're going to end up T-boning somebody. It's happened several times, okay? Probably more than several. And between you and me, the only T-bone I like is about medium rare, maybe with some mashed potatoes and gravy on the side. Not in 100-degree weather in the middle of the Villages, okay? Nobody wants that kind of T-bone. But nevertheless, take your time, drive slow. Hey, it's a retirement. Enjoy yourself, right? Don't drive like a maniac, you know? Number 5, crowded. So some folks think it's crowded. Now, granted, during snowbird season, yeah, it's going to seem a little bit crowded. But, hey, it's snowbird season, right? And also, with the abundance of building down south, the more they build, the more people move, the more people live here. It is what it is. If you're coming from a place like Chicago, LA, New York City, Miami, places like that, this is going to be a breeze. This is nothing, okay? Even in snowbird season, even in the depth of the traffic, in the construction or anything like that, this is going to be a breeze if you come from any of those areas. Now, if you come from a one-horse town, even on the slowest time here, it may seem a little, ooh, this is too much. But listen, golf carts have their own roads, okay? So you're always on your own golf cart path, the tunnels and all that jazz. So if you're just on a golf cart, you're cool. I don't think I've ever really seen traffic on a golf cart, but maybe when you get closer to the squares a little bit. But nevertheless, I mean, when you come here, most people spend most of their time on golf carts anyway, so you'll be good there, okay? Number 6. Number 6, heat. Yes, it's hot in Florida. It's hot everywhere. Did you realize that? It's hot everywhere. I don't care if you live in the Midwest, you live in the Northeast. Guess what it is in the summertime? It's gonna be hot. Florida really has 2 seasons, right? Hot and not so hot. That's basically it. Now, we do have some cooler months in the fall. That's probably my favorite season here. And there's a couple really chilly weeks in like January. It's never consistent and it warms up in the afternoon anyway. But that's why I always utilize my favorite invention, air conditioning. Air conditioning, and like I always say, make sure you stay hydrated. Plenty of water. It's good for your health. And it's good so you don't keel over on the golf course because you're too freaking hot, okay? So always make sure you're hydrated. But like I said, it's hot everywhere. If you're one of those folks that has to have your 4 seasons, you have to have a white Christmas, you just have to have the leaves turning different colors during the fall. If you absolutely have to have that in your life, then moving down south in general is just not going to be the place for you. It's not going to work for you because, well, it doesn't snow here. So if you can't take that, then if you can't take the heat, then stay out of the Villages, I guess is something you can say. I don't know. Number 7, distance to major cities. Now this one is kind of a little strange because if you wanted to live in these major cities, then you would live in these major cities, wouldn't you think? But I've had somebody go, well, Disney's too far. These places are not that far. Matter of fact, check out the map right now. These are the distances between these cities. So personally, and this is me, and we're all different, that's what makes us beautiful, right? We're all different, all our differences. Disney's not far, Tampa's not far, the beach, either direction, the Gulf or the east coast of Florida, neither one are far. So me personally, I would rather live in Central Florida, and when I want to go visit these places, then I go visit them. If you want to live on top of Mickey Mouse, then I can get you a house in Orlando if that's what you want. It's not going to be the Villages, but nevertheless. So like I said, if you have an issue with living in the Villages and the distance and proximity to these other places, then maybe you shouldn't live here. Like I said, that one's kind of strange, you know. But anyway, number 8. This one gets me, okay? Now this one is very subjective. It's expensive to live in the Villages. Everything costs a lot of money. I've heard folks say just Florida in general. Let me throw some things out there, okay? Number 1, we all know this. If we've ever met another human being on the planet, we know this, okay? You'll have one person that says, wow, this is a pretty good price. And then you have the next person go, geez, that's expensive. Like I said, it's subjective. And one thing I've noticed about the Villages is there are some restaurants where you can go and some stores and you're going to pay a premium for that filet mignon, sea bass, things like that. Or those different shops, those glass pieces, you're going to pay a premium for that stuff. But you get what you pay for. But one thing the Villages knows, these country clubs around here, they know the Village people are on a budget. They can't just charge an arm and a leg. They can't charge $30 for a burger. They know that. So all these country clubs, especially, have weekly deals, excuse me, daily deals during the week to accommodate the folks that live here because they know they're on a budget. Not everybody here is rich. So you can still get a good meal, taste good, it doesn't break the bank. All you got to do is go on their websites or look in the Daily Sun. That's where I see a lot of the coupons, and it's not going to break the bank. You want to pay a premium? Absolutely, you have that option. You don't want to. You want to pay a little bit less for a really good meal? You can have that too. It's really not expensive. It's a matter of what you want to do. If you want to pay more, pay more. If you don't want to pay more, don't pay more. Okay? Plain and simple. Did you hit that subscribe button yet? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up if you're liking this video so far, okay? And hit that little bell so you're notified the next video we upload. You don't want to miss any of these videos, okay? You don't want to miss this. Come on now. I'm wacky, right? Sometimes. All right. Number 9. You will miss your family. Now, I put this on the list for a reason. It wasn't my client, but it was a client of a colleague of mine. Her and her husband were planning for a couple of years to come down to move down here, right? To retire down here. And he got her the house. They were ecstatic. Oh my God, thank you so much, as anybody would be when they finally get that forever home, right? It was about a year. It was starting to get to her. She missed her family. She missed her grandkids. She missed her children. They're all up north. I think it was Indiana or Ohio or something. But nevertheless, she missed her family. She's like, I just can't do it. Now, my thing on that is, if you've worked your entire life and then finally let somebody come visit you. You don't have to constantly visit them, but that's not my situation, okay? Everybody's situation is different, and I get it. So what I recommend to people, I got an itch here. Come down and visit for a while. Be a snowbird at least once. I've seen folks that have been snowbirds for 10, 12, 13 years. Okay, they just come down for snowbird season. And then they're finally buying, or they never buy. Maybe they're just snowbirds. It's to each his own, right? But my suggestion is, if you've never been here, if you've never been to Florida, or if you've never been to the villages, come down and visit for a while. If you need some assistance from me, like I said, my contact information is down below. You can find it all over this channel, okay? Give me a call. If you're planning a trip down there, we'll meet up, we'll have lunch, we'll have coffee, we'll check out a few things, and then I'll leave you alone, and then go do your thing. Check out the area. And if you can deal with it for a couple of months and you finally settles in and go, you know what, hon? I think this is it. We can do this. Then absolutely. And I believe these folks did the same thing. They came down and visited for a long, I think after a year, she just got so homesick and missed them grandbabies so much that they ended up, my colleague who found them the house, he turned around and listed their house and got it sold for them, and they went back home. And it's okay. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. You have to do what accommodates you and your family at the end of the day. Period. Okay? But you will miss your family. But remember, your family can always visit for 30 days, right? Or they can stay in a hotel nearby, and they can stay there for as long as they want, all right? All right, number 10. This isn't the last one. Remember, I got a bonus for you right after this, all right? Strict rules. People say the villages have strict rules. I don't think they have strict rules. I think it's normal because the villages has to please everybody. You got this list of people over here that are absolutely, I love the rules, great. I don't want people parking their cars on their lawn. I don't want people working on their cars in the middle of the road and there's grease puddles everywhere and crap everywhere and everything smells and their trash isn't picked up, their lawn's not cut. And then you have some folks that are like, well, that doesn't bother me. Well, the villages has to keep everybody happy, right? So it's subjective. So one person might say, well, it's really strict. And then somebody else is like, I love the rules because I don't want to see cars on yards, you know, people working on their cars in the middle of the street. I don't want to see that. Okay? Like I said, it's strict to one person and it's not that strict to the other person. If you feel it's too strict or I don't want somebody telling me I have to mow my lawn, then maybe this isn't the place for you. Okay, there's many other communities out there. Basically, you really shouldn't live in a community where they have any kind of rules if that's your mindset. If you want to be able to work on your car in your driveway and cut your grass when you want to cut your grass, then maybe you need a property with like an acre or two, maybe even a couple more acres. With no deed restrictions, things like that. If that's what you want, let us know. We'll help you there too. Doesn't matter to us. We just want you to be happy. I don't care if you're buying a house this big or you're buying a $3 million house. It makes no difference to me. I like to see the smile on the faces of the people when those keys are handed to them and they finally make that move. And it doesn't matter whether you're a first-time home buyer and you're 20 years old, or you just retired and you're 70 or 65 and you're like, yeah, honey, we finally got the place in the Villages. It doesn't matter to me and my team. We just love to see people happy. We truly love that. I know I do, for sure. Okay? So just remember, if the rules are too strict for you here in the Villages or any kind of like retirement community, we can help you find something else. Anything you want, okay? Now, this is number 11, all right? This is the bonus. If you can't take those 10 things, then you're probably not going to be able to take this one, okay? Number 11, hurricanes. We get hurricanes in Florida. Did you know that? We absolutely do. Now, we get hurricanes, but in Central Florida, I'm not saying things don't happen in Central Florida, no damage happens. I'm not saying that by no means. But when hurricanes come from either coast or wherever, they start to diminish as they get into Central Florida, okay? That doesn't mean you're out of the woods. Oh, we're not going to lose power, or no, we're not going to get any damage. No, there's a probability for any. I don't care where you live in the state. Those things can happen, but, and I'm not saying anything bad or good about hurricanes or tornadoes, but my wife and I lived in the Midwest. We lived in Tornado Alley. And when a tornado happens, you're lucky if you have hours before it drops and it hits, okay? It can be very devastating, especially at night. It's horrifying, actually, okay? We got the heck out of there. Hurricanes, again, not that they're better than tornadoes, but at least you know they're coming weeks ahead of time. You get on the news, they go, oh, we got Hurricane Bob. He's coming over. He should be here in about 2 weeks, okay? My wife and I last year, I believe the hurricane was Hurricane Ian. I think it was September of 22. Like I said, we lived in Tornado Alley, so we seen this thing coming. It's supposed to hit the Tampa area, and it was going to beeline straight towards the Villages and then go up to the Jacksonville area. She was terrified because, like I said, where we came from. And she goes, what do we do? I said, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave? And she said, I would love that. Well, where are we going to go? I said, well, if the hurricane's going this way, we'll go up and go that way. So we jumped on Highway 19. We drove all the way up to the Panhandle. We slept in Tallahassee, looked at the weather the next day, and seen that it was the cone was kind of wide. So I said, well, we'll just keep driving west. I think we stayed in a little town right off the interstate called Chipley. I think it was like 18 miles to Alabama and then probably an hour to Panama City. We stayed there for, I think, 4 or 5 days, just waiting for that hurricane to get the heck out of the state because I want my wife to feel safe and happy, okay? We didn't get one drop of rain. Matter of fact, it was a little chilly up there, which was really nice. That was a real nice versus being, 100 degrees every day. But it was beautiful. We went to the beach, not one lick of rain. Everything was great. Once it was clear, we made our way back down, went back to work. It is what it is. So like I said, I'm not saying that hurricanes aren't bad at all because they devastate things, okay? They can destroy communities. But it's one of those things, you want to live with palm trees, you want to live near the beach, you want to live in tropical areas. These are things that you basically have to deal with. Okay, but if you can't take those 11 things that I mentioned, then the Villages or just Florida for that matter may not be the place for you. But if all those things you're like, that's nothing, I got it, man, I got to get down there. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Any way you got to get a hold of us, it does. And you can drive by fast in the car and say, James! I don't care how you got to get a hold of us, okay? Give us a call. Until next time, please take care of yourself, stay very hydrated, and we'll see you on the next one.